Sorry about that, the video cut short. So this is part 2 of the heating system. It was still going, I never stopped it. My camera just cut. We're still on the same timer, nothing changed. We're 10 minutes in. You could see from when the first timer, when that video would cut. But we're still talking about this magic system inside of the BMW, and it's blowing heat so far for 10 minutes and whatever seconds as it's still going, with the car fully warmed up. And we basically warmed it up to pretend we were driving. So if you were driving it and you just came to a parking area, you stop, switch the car off, you press that magic button. As long as your dials are set to whatever temperature you want, you press that magic button and it's going to do this: blow heat or blow cold air into the cabin for 15 minutes. That's what BMW says. Well, I think it goes longer than 15 minutes, because I have gone into the store and took longer than 15 minutes, I think. Came back out and seen that little green light still smiling at me. And I'm like, God. So, as we see, we're, well, back to it. So we cut off. So, let's stop that. So we could say, I'm going to throw away 6 seconds out of that. So we got 11:40 or something like that, you know, because I was rambling a little bit on and it went over. It caught me off guard. But there you go. And maybe if it was driving where it was more hot, we just warmed the car up to that temperature. That's what we got. Now you can go back. Where's my keys? You can go back, because remember, it was a timer. So you could take that system and you could go back to the system and do it again. So here we go. I switch on the car completely, like right there. See, I check and see my needle. And it also makes the car get cold. See that? So, like I said earlier, instead of parking the vehicle and all that nice heat's just cooking away on the hoses and everything that people always say, oh, so much heat on the BMWs cooking the hoses. Well, once you circulate the water, it helps to cool the motor down. Less heat, temperature gauge falls, and there you go. And you can do that in 15 seconds, 15 minutes, or 11 minutes as we see here. But see, I switched the car on and it's blowing as it is. Now if I switched it back this way, right, and I press this rest button, it will still kick back on. So you remember where the temperature was? See, the button is going on. Now this is the second way I was showing you, because now we can control the controllers of where we want the air to blow. So see, that one wasn't on. If I press it, it's going to come on. Now the air is going to come to me. We don't have the car fully switched on. We just have it switched on to 1. I could take the light off, as you can see, but it's just switched on to access. So we can use the radio and stuff like that while it's still blowing warm air. Down to the last drop, I would say right now, because we saw just now, like I said, where it was. It looks cool. And now it's just still giving us that max magic button. Okay. If I switch the car off completely, see what it does? It kicks into that mode that we were on earlier, which is self-warming the car by itself, doing whatever by itself, and you can't get no operation. You can't move the fan speed. Let's go back to, see, it's off. Let's go back to doing that again. So we switch the car on. See what happens? We could control speeds, but it's still on the magic button. So that's the 2 way that it works. So if you want to put the heat onto your foot or wherever, and you want it blow to you without the system just be taking over on its own, you switch the car on once, set your dials to what you want, press the button, Press wherever you want it to come out at, and voila, here's coming at you. Switch the car off, and the system goes into automatic mode, takes care of itself. Switch the car off, keys are out the ignition, and the system is blowing warm air. Like I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, BMW said 50 minutes. I think it's more. I only just started the car and made it run for about 10 to so minutes, 15, 10 minutes, not even 15. And let it fully warm, like to the needle up. The needle just said warm. I don't think it was fully warm, but the needle said warm. But when you're driving, there's a certain type of warm. It's more hot. Like, you know what I mean? It went from warm to really hot. So this system, you could do that at least 2 to 3 times before the motor fully cools down, where you wouldn't get no operation out of it like that again. And you would have to start it. But the heat's in the cabin. You don't open the door or anything like that. So you should be nice and toasty. You understand what I'm saying? Without the heat kind of escaping. And you could do that. But like I said, see? That button is blowing. And as low as we saw the temperature gauge were, it's gonna blow for at least another maybe 11 minutes. Who knows? Maybe 7 this time, 10 minutes, somewhere around there. We don't know. I didn't start timing the second round, but that's kind of what. And it stopped. Just it caught me off guard. It stopped because I was trying to time it around the 15-minute, 14-minute mark to see, okay, get ready to stop it because it might stop. But it stopped and caught me quickly, so I pressed it. So I'd round back down to 11:40. So we got 11 minutes 40 seconds of heat blowing in this car, in this truck, BMW X5, without burning any gas. And then we thought that, or I thought that it would not work anymore because the needle got low in temperature. Well, it obviously showed it was not fully cold. And the system still reads like it's warm, and you're still getting the result there. And as you guys see now, I showed the 2 ways it worked. So for you to get functionality operation over where the vents are blowing the air, switch the key on once, and you'll get that, and also could move more higher speed. If you're leaving the car, or you just want to sit in the car like this and not even worry about it blowing, which mainly automatically it's blowing from top here and on the foot, and in the back it's blowing out of the vent. So you just want it to do what it does. This is what it does. Do what it do. See what I'm saying? It's just doing what it do. And dude, let's say, is still back there. So remember what I told you guys? That was 40 minutes. See? Lights are on. He's still running that car. Alright? He's still running that car. These guys haven't started their car yet since. I guess they're nice and toasty now, but yeah. And that other car drove away finally. But those guys over there is a true testing to what we are doing right here. He's burning gas, and we are just cooling out under the magic button. I love BMW's heating system. One of the best on the market. Can't beat it, baby. Cools you down without you wanting it. Warm you up when you want it. You know? Whichever way. Let's just have some fun with it. And it's making me have a lot of fun right now because I'm loving it. Love this feature. Love this feature. So, if you have a BMW, check it out. Try to see if that feature works. Hit me up. Give me a like, subscribe, share, comment, you know. Let's chat. All right. So try it. Set all your dials, everything. If you don't see that button there, max or res, and you just only have this volume, you don't have that system. But if you see this separate system here like that, possibly chance are you have that system. Okay. So no more burning out gas. You press that button when you park up or you're leaving the car, lock the doors and come back, and you got heat. Good night. Okay? Just to let you guys know.